Hello lovely people, good day to you. This is the first video on free value FX. It is a very touching issue because most people don't actually address this. If I was starting today, I would have started it differently, and this mindset alone would have saved me years and would have saved me a lot of money. So without further ado, I'd like to go through the things quickly. But first of all, let me just properly introduce myself. Yes, as I said, I'm Simon. This is actually the first video in somewhat of a series of videos that I'm going to post. So as usual, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for more content. Yeah, let's get to it. So most traders struggle because they don't have edge, and it's not actually not having edge, but they don't even know what edge is. So they focus on, oh yeah, there it is, signals. Signals and expensive indicators that really cost lots of money. If I was to start again this year, I would have started it differently, in a sense that I wouldn't be looking for signals, because I remember when I was starting, I contacted a few friends. I was like, hey, please send me signals, and they were working, but over time they didn't prove to stand out. Understand? So what matters then in Forex if signals and expensive indicators don't matter? These three things are the key, most important things that I would encourage somebody who is going to start Forex this year to focus on. Because if you focus on how you think and how you manage your risk and how you read the markets, this will give you edge. Edge is like your chance of winning, because as much as Forex is good and interesting, there's also reliant on probability. So since it is reliant on probability, you have to have a certain process, not just going mindlessly. So how would I go through this process? So the first thing I'd change is I'd stop looking for entries, to be honest. So I will focus on context. So what is context? Context is simply where price is, why it is there, and what makes sense next. So previously, of course, I would just ask for signals from friends, or ask for, indicators. What are they doing? You understand? And basically copy them. Of course, that is how I learned, which was okay. And over time, I realized that if I had a strategy of my own, a way to understand the markets of my own, it would make it easier for me to see profits from the charts. So if I know how to simply read charts for myself, I can make tactical and calculated decisions, and it will save me lots of money. So why does it matter, actually? Because it matters because context is much better than mindless entries. I have given and I have received signals, but this is one thing that over the course of these videos that I'll be posting, you will notice that I totally oppose, because it undermines the ability of a person to work out and come up with the tactical explanation or calculated explanation towards what the chart is doing. So if you have context, you can actually know when to enter and know why you're entering, and that will be further explained in a couple of videos why context is important as the first step. If you have your personal way of understanding the charts, nobody can come to you and give you signals and tell you, like, pay for this and it will give you so and so returns, etc. Yeah. So another thing that I'll focus on is risk. So risk here is simply how much am I willing to lose in the course of earning with Forex, and not just earning, to be honest, but learning as well. So, but the risk I'm talking about here is the direct risk. That is the risk that the money that you put in the market. Now, disclaimer here, please do not use money that you're not willing to lose. Do not use your rents, do not use your school fees, do not use your lunch monies to trade, because you will lose it. That is the truth of the fact. There'll be so much pressure, and next thing you know is you don't have money to eat, and you have lost that $25 on a gold volatility spike, and it's crazy, and you'll just be there crying with your broker. Yeah, so it really matters, because risk is longevity. And how would I target risk or address risk in this video today is, first of all, I'll make sure I am willing to lose a certain amount of money. Could be $10, could be $1,000. You know, we come from different backgrounds, financially, socially, so everybody has their own risk appetite, and that speaks volumes to each and everyone. So if you know what you can lose, you can actually diversify in it. And what do I mean by diversifying? See, point number 2 there says you can look for alternatives. So let's say my risk appetite is $100. So I could look for ways that I can maximize $100 in such a way that I am not actually losing $100 in live markets. And that way is prop firms. Prop firms have actually helped lots of people acquire lots of cash with the little capital they have. With this is not an ad in any way, but with as little as $5, $10, you can get an account up to 10K and trade and get payouts. So also with risk, there's an importance of addressing the number of trades you take. Slow is fast. Slow is always fast, because when you are planned right and you have the right context, you would actually know which one to take and which one not to take, which one to risk and which one not to risk. So I'd like to leave you with points to note right here. This last line there. So if one trade can damage your account, then your risk is too high. So let's say you placed a trade on gold and your account balance is $100. If you place a trade and that one single trade can drain your $100 account, then the risk is too high. I see psychology as very, very important when it comes to learning Forex, more even than the strategy you use, because we are people first before we are traders. So there are lots of things in our lives that we need to address, especially when it comes to making money. So trust me, Forex will make you money, and it will make you lots of money if you're disciplined. So that is one. If you're not disciplined, it won't. See, these are traits that the markets won't teach you. These are traits that the markets won't give you in the long run. You have to cultivate them yourself. So over time, of course, you assess yourself and you grow in this. So the mentality aspect actually means also having realistic goals, attainable goals, controlled by context and risk. So there are 3 things that I mentioned first. There are 2 things actually that I discussed prior. Very important when it comes to mentality as well, because you want to put goals that can be achievable. You cannot, I mean, people can, but you cannot start by saying, I want to make, let's say, $100,000 from $10. People have done that, and congrats to them. But if you want to stay this in for a long period of time, I advise that you put realistic goals, because I don't think they said, I want to make $10. I want to make $100, $100,000 from $10. They said, I want to make the first $500, then $1,000, then $3,000, then $5,000. They scaled up as they went. Also, mastering emotions like greed, impatience, FOMO, they actually set you apart. Most traders don't know this. This is like the secret ingredient to this. People don't address their everyday emotions that, give them problems. Fears, and impatience and all the bad and the good characters they have, excitement and whatever. So because they don't address that, they fall into the rabbit hole of, you know, losses and losses and losses without knowing what the problem is. So one thing also is journaling, because the way I learned things that I can't do, things that are my weaknesses in trading, is by writing them down. So by writing it down, it exposes you to you, and that will, you know, maximize profits quicker and grow you up in the forex chain as fast as possible. So these three things would lead me to a few chat examples that I wanted to show you before I end this video, because I think this video is about to end. And I just want to show you quickly how I would make a decision based on context, risk, and psychology. Yeah. So let's say, for example, we have a chart here on gold, and since I know that gold is headed up, since I know gold is headed up, I will be looking for ways to enter that will be of little risk to me, in my opinion. So for example, I would say that I'd say this point here, this little green block, is my point of interest. Let's say FVG. Maybe this one in this point is an FVG, for example. So I would make sure that the amount of money I am willing to risk at this point is good. So this would be my target, this would be my entry, and this would be my stop loss. So the distance here, sorry, my handwriting is very good. The distance there would be the amount of risk that I'm willing to put on the table, and the target there should be a target that, you know, an attainable goal. The entry there should be an entry that I have sat down and, you know, analyzed and seen that it's good, at least for me. See, so, and this would be, in the example, my buys, for example. So I'll be buying like that, just to point you out to the little things that I do which will set me apart. Yeah, so I wouldn't just randomly say, oh, it's selling, and I'm right here. Oh, it's selling, and then I enter, and then you realize that it rebounded, and then now I'm stopped out. What do? Now your money is gone. Your supposed lunch money is gone. So, or maybe, for example, in this scenario here, you'd say, oh, it's buying, let me buy, and then you buy, and then it just tanks like that. And then I don't know what you do there when your $20 with your $20 account that was supposed to be, you know. So this is actually how I would address the markets. And I know if I did this, I would have saved myself time. I would have saved myself money, lots of money, lots of it. And I would have even scaled into profits quicker. All by learning the right things to do. Yeah, I do hope this is a good addition to what you know about Forex. I hope you stay connected by, you know, liking. If you have any comments on what you think about this and your additions, I'm a student in this. If you have any additions, any questions, just comment. If not, please like and subscribe to my channel for more content. Thank you, and have a good day.